Our stress response has been honed to keep us alive for hundreds of thousands of years. But when there are ongoing long-term stressors, this system doesn't always serve us very well. During this uncertain time, a lot of us are facing unprecedented levels of stress. Try to anticipate needs and plan for continuous change, and likely feel less secure about our futures. It's easy to allow our stress to take over and to control our lives, making the cycle of anxiety that much worse. So to break away from this elevating stress, it's important to find some new level of routine. I like to work my stress-busting activities into my daily routine. I start each day with a 10-minute meditation. I use the mobile application Calm, but there are a number of alternatives. Headspace, 10% Happier. Find something that works for you. Meditation has been linked to lower cortisol levels across a number of scientific studies. Most people shy away from meditation because they think it's a little woo-woo or because they think they just can't do it. If you're anything like me, the second you close your eyes, you start hearing those voices. But that's great. That's when you get to control these. Most of us think that meditation means you have to sit silently and still and keep perfectly calm for some undetermined amount of time. But the reality is, if you're sitting and you're still and you hear this voice, likely that voice is going to be negative. It's going to be something that you're worried about, something that you haven't addressed yet. And when you're quiet and you hear it, you have an opportunity to control it, to say, hey, that's not a story I need right now. Goodbye. And if you're like me, 3 seconds later, she comes right back and starts talking to you again, but that's okay. This is the time for us to practice getting control of these voices, of these stories. Work through it, sit with those stories, listen to them, start to change them, because you have the opportunity as you meditate to say, I don't need this worry right now, please go away. And it will. It will come back, but with practice, with time, you'll be able to control those stories better. Staying connected in these times is going to be important, but be careful not to let yourself slip into hours of scrolling through that social media content. This has been shown to increase anxiety and blood pressure. We also tend to eat mindlessly when we are in front of screens, and emotional eating can be problematic for a lot of us during stressful moments. Take a pause, break from the pattern, even if that means getting up and walking around the house for 5 minutes, or doing some push-ups or some sit-ups, or shoot, take a dance break. Don't be afraid to get silly. Laughter really is the best medicine and can significantly help lower stress. After all, who's going to see you? If you find yourself constantly distracted with concerns, put in a half hour into your calendar. Literally schedule in that time. That means when your anxiety crops up any time outside of those 30 minutes, you'll be able to say, not now. I have time scheduled for thoughts like this, and get back to the task at hand. Before you go to bed, turn off all of your devices at least an hour before you lay down. Now is a great time to start working on self-development and growth. Tackle some of those books that you've been meaning to get to. Not having the glow of screens before bed will allow you to sleep better, and sleep is key to staying healthy in mind and body. Keeping your stress in check will help keep your immune system at its best. Know that we will all get through this. Stay fearless, my friends.